Get ready because what I'm about to reveal will make reality TV resemble Sesame Street. It's not only messy, but filthy like secret back alley confessionals and deleted love and hip-hop scenes. Now, let me ask you this. What happens when your wife, your friend, and your group chat betray you simultaneously, and you cry, but you drag them instead? Young Jock just did that because, instead of spilling tea, he flipped the entire table. It turns out that Jock was out here attempting to be a changed man, cutting the off-brand Steve Harvey, Kendra Robinson. His Redordie turned legally shady wife was reportedly out here getting cozy with none other than Lil Scrappy. Yes, Scrappy is the king of relationship blunders. If you think that's just gossip, then no, we have really sticky, filthy receipts, hotel reservations, strange texts, money transfers, and the kind of stuff that makes you want to take a shower after reading it. So, buckle up, because this scandal isn't just crazy, it's career-ending. Let's get started, and then let's go back in time. You recall a time when young Jock was the only humorous guy on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, sporting outrageous hairstyles, and making jokes in the background. Well, those days are over because Jock is now the main character in one of the shadiest and dirtiest. Let's break down the players in these astonishing scandals that reality TV wishes it had captured on camera. Jock, the playboy who has changed, is out here running his barbershop and giving life advice like a Dollar Tree version. O'Fay and Vincent is playing the devoted husband of Kendra Robinson, his queen, his rock, and his lawyer bae. Then there is Kendra, the honorable lawyer who never fails to remind people that she is not here for the folly, that she is sophisticated, educated, and that she will always act as though Jock's past is aware, talking about a man who has been bouncing from Bambi to Erica Dixon to She Johnson like a bewildered contestant on the human relationship tornado. She was tricked into moving into the girls' graveyard and then finally enters the chaos of Lil Scrappy. Bachelor Ghetto Edition. Scrappy has mishandled more women than an NFL quarterback on a rainy day, so when we heard that Kendra Miss I'm too classy for Jock's nonsense was supposedly hooked up with Scrappy, the internet collectively grasped its pearls, and Kendra allegedly tiptoed into the arms of Jock's homie, the same man who sat at their wedding and who wept on their wedding, saying, "Excuse me, because this ain't just cheating, this is treachery with extra sauce." The same guy who claimed that he and Kendra were just friends talked on national television about wanting his family back with Bambi. That's tenacious, but how did it all work out? Jock received the tastiest surprise since discovering hot sauce in a baby bottle. According to sources, aka the nosiest buddy group ATL has ever seen, Jock didn't even go searching for the drama, nah. He was just chilling, maybe clipping someone's beard, when boom, his phone begins ringing in anonymous number. No context, just a folder full of pics. Hotel. When the Jock opens the message, he finds receipts for a 2-night stay at a posh hotel in Midtown in Scrappy's name, along with a timeline of betrayal and text messages that read like urban fan gone wrong. He also waits for Cash App transfers. Desikunaded for the vibes, boy, what vibes, and don't even try to spin it. This wasn't no nice dinner or business meeting, these were sneaky link levels of sus. We're talking I detest sneaking around like this. You always knew where my heart was, I don't regret anything, few somebody, cue the Usher Confessions album, cause this was a full-blown betrayal soundtrack. Now image Jock standing there in shock, clutching his phone, watching his wife and his boy act like main characters in Scandal while he's just trying to line up somebody's fade. You can't make this up now. Here's where it gets wild. Jock could have kept it quiet, he could have gone the adult path, but y'all know Jock is petty royalty. So what does he do? He hops on Instagram live like he's releasing a mixtape, shirt on, T-hot with a grin. Thatcheld, I've been waiting for this. And baby, when I say he unleashed hell, he didn't just spill the tea. He nuked the whole kitchen. You ever wonder why your wife's always checking in on your homeboy's love life? Thought she was being supportive, turns out she was simply trying to protect her own situationship. Bang, shots fired. The comment section, a literal crime scene. People were pulling, laughing, and gasping all at once. Then Jock hits them with the traditional warning. I got more receipts, y'all. Keep playing with me and I'll make Mona Scott cancel the whole damn show. Sir, please. By now fans were boiling at the mouth. Was it true? Did Kendra really cheat with Scrappy? Why would she throw away a full marriage to play games with someone who can barely commit to a sandwich? But when the internet was spinning, one individual kept dead silent. Nothing, not a word, not a meme, not even a sneaky emoji, which of course only made matters worse. Since silence in celebrity land, that's like shouting, I'm guilty, in HD. Then Somian murmured, the most dangerous word in all of celebrity drama. Bambi, yeah, Scrappy's ex-wife, The original ride or die who eventually sunk after years of being played like a fiddle with a broken string, the same Bambi who had to deal with Scrappy's lies, his tears, and his willed emotional roller coasters on national TV. And baby, when Bambi gained wind of this controversy, well, you know she had time. She goes on IG stories and posts a cryptic lil message amusing how some people cheat and yet play the victim, but hey, karma's got perfect aim. She didn't use names, she didn't need to, the streets already knew who she was talking about, and just like that the drama leaped from Jock's barber chair straight into a three-way meltdown. So now let's get this straight, Jock's upset and posting threats like a baby 50 Cent. Scrappy's hosting the internet like he lost signal. Kendra's Mia presumably lawyering up, and Bambi, oh, she's sitting pretty drinking tea like she's in the front row of a BET Awards roast. But wait, it gets messier because Jock ain't done. He comes back on live, this time with a folder in hand, like he's ready for a PowerPoint presentation. And what's in that folder? Text messages, screenshots, dates, times, places. It's giving CIA leak, it's giving cheater surveillance, it's giving cheater. I've been storing this trash for months, and here's the line that broke the internet. Y'all want to play innocent Kendra? How about we speak about that weekend in Miami when you told me you were at a legal conference, sir, not the phony legal conference. Now everyone's questioning everything. Was Kendra ever really faithful? Was Scrappy pulling the did Bambi know all along and wait for the right time to let everything fall apart? That's when things really start to go south, because as soon as Jock drops that Miami bombshell, people start looking into Kendra's background. And all of a sudden, old direct messages come back. I thought it was strange when a waitress from a Buckhead restaurant tweeted that she and Scrappy were arguing like lovers at a hookah bar months ago. I suppose I was correct, because the receipts kept coming in. And bang! Just when Jock the internet went crazy after that Miami bombshell was dropped, people weren't just shocked anymore, they were involved. Twitter became a full-fledged investigation task force. And Toke creators were creating timelines and Reddit threads about baby detectives. Was not an infidelity scandal or an FBI case. But the joke, Jock wasn't finished because he returned to live streaming. This time looking like a man who had been possessed by Petty Hut. His eyes were crazy. And he took out his phone, not even a folder, straight from the he starts scrolling, and says, now that everyone wants to act confused, let's talk about February 12th. I was in LA and she told me she was in court all day. The camera roll indicates that he hasn't even edited these receipts since he wanted you all to see the raw proof. It's funny, since I have a time-stamped picture of her and Scrappy at the aquarium, grinning while wearing matching hoodies.
I hope
no one notices, because it's real when people wear a couple's outfits in public. I wish things were different. Kendra, if they see us, we act a little too bold. But then the DMs, Jock reads them aloud, like a pastor reading from Revelations. But this wasn't salvation, it was damnation. You always manage to make me feel better. At this point, the audience is going crazy, and the comments are pouring in. There's no way Kendra went outside for Scrappy Jockey, so she should drop the entire folder. They might be saying, you're just scared, Scrappy, but I'm just stuck. Boy, what are you, a refrigerator magnet? Ready? But Scrappy? Oh, he finally raises his voice. And it would have been better if he hadn't been late that night. He then goes on live, shirtless, sweating, and pacing like a man who just lost a game of dice and his baby mama. He says, you believe anything you see online. Jock, my brother, you guys need to stop letting the internet control your life. This isn't the internet, it's your own text messages. As if that wasn't embarrassing enough, he goes on, Kendra and I are cool, but you guys are dragging. The internet wasn't believing it for a while, but then Jock claps back again. POSTINGA, screenshot of a phone record showing 10 missed calls from Scrappy. That's my dog, your dog's son. You better stop before you call her your emotional support animal. Then, a message that read, bro, please give me a call. We need to talk. Oh, we need to talk now. After all that, this isn't genuine enthusiasm. No, baby Jock had already stated that he wasn't playing counselor this time. Scandal. Guess who chose to return for one more dubious encore? Bambi, yes. Ma'am Queen Petty herself returned with her own live session. Her hair styled, her face shaved, and her nails done as if she had an appointment. She went live while drinking brown whiskey like a boss. Boom. The microphone drops, and she says, you know what's funny? Men love acting brand new when they get exposed. Like I ain't been saying this the whole time. Ain't nobody lying on you. You did it, own it? To make it even more petty, she adds, I'm Kendra was somewhere choking on her almond milk when Scrappy was being pulled by his ex-wife and the husband of his current affair partner. But she ultimately made the decision to come out of hiding. I'm just glad I avoided that bullet. Good luck to whoever is still trying to save him. Well, not quite come out, but her PR team did. They published a statement that felt like it was written by a courtroom ghostwriter. At this point, I will not be responding to rumors, gossip, or speculative narratives. My marriage and my personal life are private, and I gently asked for that to be honored. Female, if you didn't want your personal life public, you probably shouldn't have had a hidden situationship with your husband's homeboy. Just saying. The internet not having it. Drag sessions begun. TikTokers reproduced phony memes with Kendra protesting her own loyalty were all over the internet. One of them featured Scrappy and Kendra photoshopped inside the Cheaters logo, while Jock was behind the bushes with binoculars. Not to mention Charleston White, who had he goes live to say something like, "Dude, I told you about those reality TV people. They're messy." Kendra out here looking like a crooked judge. Scrappy, "That boy need therapy and a muzzle." And Jock just petty and auto, burn the whole home down for fun, and honestly, he ain't incorrect. But guess what? Jock still wasn't finished. This dude was so wound up he goes on his radio program and uses a full segment to drag everyone professionally publicly with audio files. He says, "You want top lay dumb? Let's talk about how you was in my DMS crying over Bambi. Talking about she left me, bro. I ain't had nobody. After that, you turn around and betray my wife, which is disrespectful." Yes, he goes there. "You mentioned that we are brothers, so that's why Kendra, your sister-in-law, is nasty. You're a different kind of untidy person." Twitter went crazy, with the hashtags #Scratchy revealed, #Kendra loyal, #Jay saying what he said, #Bambi was right. Even though the incident was a huge pop cultural moment, one thing kept coming to light. Who sent the receipts? Keep in mind that Jock didn't go looking for them. Instead, someone sent them to him anonymously, which indicates that someone with a stake in the matter wanted this to be made public. If we're being honest, every indication points to Bambi. She had motive, access, and her own receipts. Some even claim that she had been holding onto those texts for months, waiting for the ideal opportunity, and when it came, she allowed the circus to play out like a real mastermind. But it doesn't end there, because just when Jock believed he had struck the last blow, Scrappy made one last grave error. On a random Wednesday night, Scrappy went live again, presumably hoping to clear his name, but instead of clearing his name, Jock is talking out his neck, and you guys don't know what really happened. He says, looking into the camera, after saying the incorrect thing, he is the one who is bitter, and that's where my friend is. You slept with his wife. Man. I bet, Jock said. And what Jock did next not only exposed Scrappy but also completely destroyed his reputation. So Scrappy messed up talking recklessly on live, accusing Jock of spouting out his neck and calling him resentful, acting as like this wasn't that. Same night, Jock fired back like a man on a mission. He didn't even wait for daylight before hopping on his radio show. This was the betrayal of the decade. A fatal mistake, because young Jock wasn't built for silent suffering but rather for payback. Petty public poetic payback. Mike's revenge is even hotter. And remarks, "It's funny how resentful I am, but I wasn't the one who was crying over Bambi at 2 in the morning. It's odd how resentful I am, but you texted my wife, and I wish we had met sooner. You wish you were me." Just like that, Jock flipped the entire script, and instead of being a sidekick, Scrappy appeared to be a jealous shadow that desperately tried to take Jock's life but was unsuccessful. Jock wasn't finished yet. When he plays them live on TV, the man who arrived with backup takes out voice notes. Yes, they are purportedly from Scrappy, and says, "Hey bro, I don't know how deep I was getting. It wasn't supposed to be like that. Y'all was done." She said, the disrespect was industrial strength. At this point, Scrappy appeared to have bungled a relationship and a marriage. Jock stops the film and looks dead at the camera. "Y'all was done. We were married, bro. Ain't no done. We had wedding cake in the freezer. Loss's last vestige of dignity." And Kendra was out here trying to rebrand as Jock was dragging Scrappy by his baby hairs. Suddenly, her Instagram changed from bossy courtroom vibes to selfies of her healing journey and self-care quotations. Sis, no, you don't get to pull the spiritual cleansing card after being revealed as the antagonist in a Shakespearean play. But she attempted to share a narrative, as sometimes people criticize what they don't comprehend. Growth isn't always beautiful. You weren't growing. You were creeping, and the internet gave her the opportunity to acquire what she wanted. This isn't yoga, savage sis. You weren't stretching. Instead, you were sneaking into Scrappy's arms. That's crazy growth. In the meantime, Scrappy had completely vanished from the after Jock's receipts went viral. Bambi posted a TikTok with just music and no words. Guess the song with the caption, "When the truth comes out." If you thought this couldn't get any deeper, Bambi strikes again. This woman may be the petty queen of the South. The shade was premium when they finally lapsed, and fans were raving about it in comments that read, "Bam, be undefeated." Karma wears running shoes instead of her dragging Kendra and Scrappy without even saying a word. She said. However, after Jock's team declared that he was filing for a legal separation, things became legal. According to phony but juicy insiders, Jock had evidence of marital misconduct, so if it was true, he would win in court as well as online. Kendra knew she could leave with nothing, but all of a sudden, her entire attitude changed. She reportedly fired her PR representative, deleted half of her posts, disabled comments, and canceled appearances. Don't get it twisted though. Kendra tried one last Hail Mary by going on a YouTube video. Jock wasn't innocent. "We had issues. I didn't mean to hurt him, but I was hurt too. Scrappy was just a friend who listened. Friends don't send hotel bookings. Friends don't call you my piece," she said during an interview with a soft interviewer. Trying the entire "I'm a victim" to thing, at 2 in the morning. This was betrayal, not therapy. And the crowd didn't buy it. The video was overloaded, but you weren't offended, you were captivated. Just pretend you stumbled and went, "Girl, you chose Scrappy." On a ring-crazy choice, Jock was doing what most men dream they could do after being betrayed, sharing Jim's photos, barbershop chuckles, and inspirational sayings, like "sometimes loss clears the path to elevation" in public. Then, as the last straw, young Jock released a diss track. No joke, called Petty Files, which included phony voicemails and bars. About how you fumbled a king for a pawn without a throne, and now you're out here looking like a queen by yourself. Scrappy snacks, now your loyalty gone, should've stayed strong, now you sobbing. In that home the music went viral, TikTokers made dances, fans repeated lyrics, Jays played it at clubs, even love and hip-hop producers had to take notes, and the final verse. Jock closes it with "I don't deserve retribution. The truth did the job, so let's break down this body bag real quick." Scrappy done, lost his homie. Lost public respect, got clowned by the world looking like a filthy shoe in a pristine closet. Kendra embarrassed, lost the marriage, lost the moral high ground, and let's be honest, lost to Bambi, and the shat-off Bambi winner didn't break a sweat, stayed unbothered. Let the truth work while she garnered sympathy, fans, and maybe brand deals, and Jock unchallenged king, he revealed the falsehood skeptic. Petty stayed classy when appropriate, and dropped bars. Jock ain't just the barber, he's the butcher now, and you know what this implies, right? If this is the drama we're seeing on the sidelines, just think what other secrets these reality stars are hiding, because where there's thin set of receipts, there's always more. Stay tuned, because the circus, it ain't finished. So now that the tea's all over the floor, the real question is who's next, because if young Jock could blow up a complete love triangle, with just a couple voice messages and hotel receipts, suppose it's sitting in everybody else's camera roll, who else is sneaking, sliding, and lying on podcasts like they innocent? Is Scrappy's career officially 6 feet deep? Can Kendra bounce back after squandering her whole marriage for little Scrappy of all people? And Bambi, did she just earn the crown as the queen of silent revenge? But most importantly, do y'all think Jock was petty, or just playing the game by the rules these reality stars made? Let's be honest, this ain't just gossip, this was a masterclass in exposure. So now I got to hear from you. Do you believe Scrappy can ever recover from this? Should Jock have gone public or handled it behind closed doors? And what would you have done if you were in Jock's situation? Post your hot takes in the comments below, because I know y'all got ideas, and baby, I'm reading all of them. And if you want more celebrity scandals, leaked drama, backstage secrets, and the type of tea love and hip-hop wish it could air, you already know what should I do. Press that button like a smash. Those who subscribe activate those alerts to ensure you don't miss when the next bomb goes off. Since if there is one, I can assure you that this is not the end. It's only the start. So prepare, the next expose could be even more messy. Stay tuned.